Yeah, hello. Just some thoughts and ideas about the significance of the creation of the United States of America. Um, it has you can look at it at very various types of angles. You could look at it from a mere citizen perspective, as a neutral citizen of the world. Um, you can look from it from the perspective of a historian, of a scientist, researcher, or from an American himself. So, as for me, I try to look at it as for a neutral, from a neutral perspective, and also maybe like for a neutral historian type of thing, right? Um, so the significance of the creation of the United States of America for modern history, it's probably the most significant event that happened in modern history. If we define modern history stretching from anywhere between, let's say, the mm, the 1800s till now, so the past 300 years, we would come to the conclusion that this has to be the most significant event in history, in this recent history, right? And there's several reasons why that is. Of course, it is the most powerful country in the world right now, so that alone holds huge significance. But it is also a paradigm shift, a paradigm shift. Um, it changed the course of history. It changed power balance in the earth. It changed a lot of philosophy, a lot of economics. Changed science and research and production of goods, etc. So basically, life quality. And it's so yeah, so those are things that it really changed a lot. It also, of course, changed world culture, etc. So it's a very significant event that happened. That's from a significant point of view. Then, of course, if you look at it like that, as like just a neutral human, it's also a crazy. It's also a very amazing event, a very positive event as well, because now opportunity was given to people, or to many people that didn't have the same opportunity to make something out of themselves, which they couldn't do before, and be granted certain freedoms that are protected under a constitution, a Bill of Rights. So that's also quite it's also quite amazing that that happened, right? And it also, um, from a believer's point of view, of course, it's a Christian country predominantly, and to have such a strong Christian country come to power, where God plays a significant role in the society of the country and even in the politics, in the sense that the founding fathers said that people are endowed with certain rights by their creator. That as well gives a significant boost to any Bible believer, to any Quran believer, to any Torah believer, in terms of his refuge on earth, right, or his position on earth, because that's a huge boost to the Word of God, right? And yeah, so that's also amazing. So yeah, if you look at the consumption, it increased, or the consumer goods and the quality of life, just insane. Just a couple of inventions: the light bulb, the car, the airplanes, major electronical developments, computing, like revolutionary type of inventions were made in the United States and America. And you could argue very, very well that the United States had to be created first in order for that to really, for the pathway really to be there, right? Of course, then you would have people who would say, yeah, maybe under the United Kingdom they could have done the exact same thing. Well, that's hypothetical, but factually, the United States of America gave their citizens so much rights, right, that they could freely enterprise and freely grow economically and intellectually and family-wise, that they developed the capabilities and the inspiration, which was almost divine or is divine, to create all of this machinery and all of these inventions. And it's also, of course, the free market economy, which I made a previous video about Dubai, how much effect it has on the growth of a country. And so the United States of America, as of course, as we know, was a very free market-oriented country in its origin, and that was protected in the Bills of Rights and the Constitution. So that, of course, led to massive economical developments, and thus, as a result of that, into development in inventions, etc. That's very, very important for like a neutral consumer like me. I'm using the internet right now. I'm using light bulbs. I'm using the refrigerator, etc. Right? Those things were a direct result of the creation of the United States of America, if you like it or not, right? So that's amazing. That's just amazing. And I think also the counter arguments against the United States as a whole are very weak arguments, in my opinion, right? It's very weak arguments to say that anything powerful, really, some people like to bash something that is powerful. Just because something is powerful doesn't make it inherently bad. And I don't agree with the statement that power corrupts and absolute power corrupts absolutely and stuff like that. I don't believe in that at all, you know. You either use your power for good or for bad, and in my opinion, the United States of America bettered the state of the world. From a moral perspective, of course, as well, just if you analyze the Bill of Rights and you analyze the Constitution, for my own thinking, which is based on God's divine revelations, which is, in my opinion, objective truth, I think that the citizens of the United States of America got a significant blessing with all of the protection of their rights, right? Now, how that all developed in history and further after the Constitution was written, and how it is interpreted today and throughout the history of the United States, is something different in some regards, but still think the U.S. is one of the, if I sum up this information, I would say the United States of America is one of the greatest, if not the greatest, well, I would say one of the greatest empires / countries / nations. I think nation would be the best descriptive form here. I think the United States of America is one of the greatest nations that ever existed. Right after the Rashidun and Kingdom of Israel under Moses and Joshua, I think the United States is somewhat coming right after that. The Holy Roman Empire was something I have to delve into more. I understand its history. Has already visited Karl the Great, Charlemagne, and his grave already visited him, so that was an amazing trip. But I would also have to learn more about the development of the Holy Roman Empire to really comment on it. There's a couple of other nations who were quite well to live in and which had a good influence for the world overall. Of course, there's always bad. Nothing is perfect on Earth, really, right now. So yeah, That was also something interesting. Well, Andalusia, the nation of Andalusia, was also quite well. Amazing. Other nations that were pretty well, in my opinion, were Genoa and Venice, so the Italian city states. Also, Milano, very great city state. Other nations, well, the United Kingdoms is also amongst one of the greatest nations there is. And then there's, of course, modern nations like Germany, one of the greatest nations that ever existed as well. There's other nations you could make an argument for, but that would require like different videos and also somewhat of more research, because I'm more familiar like with the United States and its history. I was really interested in that. Just God put that knowledge into me. Yeah, so this is really like it's fun, you know. It's fun as a man, as an observer of the world, to look at different nations that have been here in the world and powers, and God mentions different nations in the Bible and the Quran, and just to analyze things around you and see things and stuff like that. So I would have to rate as a witness on earth. Like, people are witnesses on earth whether we like it or not, because we're observers, so we witness different stuff. So me, as the capabilities that the Lord gave me, I would have to place the United States of America in a very high esteem and in a very high grade of existence in terms of being a nation, right? So yeah, as I said, the United States in my ranking list, if I had a ranking list of nations, I would put it at a solid 3. A solid 3. The Italian city-states, also very, very good, right? Also very, very interesting. I would have to delve more into the history a little bit more. Then there's modern states like the United Arab Emirates, which are really good states, and also the country of Saudi Arabia, also a very good nation, right? In my opinion. So the Gulf states and the Arab states, everything that came after the 1700s till the modern day, also really high in the rankings in terms of all of that, right? But that requires maybe some deeper look into it. Well, I did review the city of Dubai and gave it a 8.0 out of 10. I might even have to go higher than that, because I was thinking about it afterwards, and I came to the conclusion that Dubai might be even like a 9 point something, maybe even a 9.3 out of 10. I think Dubai could be, right? Something very good. But yeah, so the United States, absolutely amazing. Of course, you could delve very deep into the history and the historical events, etc. Of course, as I said, not everything is positive or good. It has some bads in it as well. If you disagree or something like that, you can of course comment. You're free to comment. You're free to complain and cry even. If you want to cry, you can cry. If you just want to disagree or raise some points, you can do that as well. But overall, that's my ranking for the country. To be honest, yeah. So that's it. See you guys in the next video. The reason I did that video was just it popped into my head. I wanted to comment it on so bad. There was also always something I wanted to speak about and to formalize my thoughts on the country. Always wanted to formalize my thoughts on the country. Look at a beautiful flag. It's actually a very beautiful flag. And one fun fact I like is, one great nation I also like a lot, right? Besides, one great nation I also like a lot is the nation of Morocco. I love that nation. I love that kingdom of Morocco. I like it a lot as well. And Morocco, the Muslim country, was actually the first country that recognized the United States. So we have a Muslim country being the first country that recognized the United States of America. And Morocco has a history I want to dive into. See you guys in the next video because it's superseding the 15-minute mark.